Very good afternoon, my dear students. How are you all? Hope all of you are doing good. Yes, welcome back to history class. Today we will discuss about a very interesting concept, declining of the Mughal Empire. Before moving on to the main concept, I would like to recall your previous knowledge which you have been learned in the 7th standard as well as 6th standard. Yes, hope all of you remember that the Mughals had ruled around 300 years in India. These people, they had come from Central Asia. The founder of the Mughal Empire was, Mughal dynasty was Babur, and followed by succeeded by Humayun, then Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, Aurangzeb, and so on. Okay, as we know that unlike the other invaders like Muhammad of Ghori and Muhammad of Ghazni, Mughals had established a vast and powerful as well as a strong empire in India, and they had contributed a lot to our India till date which we are enjoying, right? About this information we had learned already in the previous class. These Mughals had contributed a lot, and as well as around 300 years a single dynasty ruled Delhi without any disturbance. Of course, in between Sher Shah, few years he had ruled, but anyhow continuously 300 years Mughals had ruled and they had contributed a lot. Unfortunately, after Aurangzeb, it started to decline because of various reasons. So in this lesson we will discuss about how did this very vast and strong as well as powerful empire declined. What were the causes which led to the decline of the strong empire, that is the Mughal Empire, we will discuss. Decline of Mughal Empire. Mughals after Aurangzeb. Of course, first we will see the introduction. Indian history witnessed significant changes from the medieval to the modern period, which began with the decline of the Mughal Empire during the first half of the 18th century. Already I have explained you about this concept in India. For us modern period started from the first half of the 18th century after the death of Aurangzeb, that is after 1707 it started to be considered as it is a modern period in India, right? So subsequent to this, many European companies started establishing themselves here for trade. Many European countries, these also we have discussed about in the concept of industrialization, imperialism, colonization. Related to this concept, as a result of imperialism and colonization, many European countries had established their colonies in different parts of the world. Of course, even our India also one of the colony of the Britishers. Before Britishers established their East India Company, many other companies had tried to establish. Of course, the Portuguese, the Dutch, and the French people also tried to establish their colonies. Finally, the English East India Company, which belongs to the British, had established a powerful trade in India. It played an important pivotal role in establishing the British trade in India, as well as it led to the British rule also in India. Okay, now Mughals after Aurangzeb. How did the Mughals rule after Aurangzeb? His successors ruled, and which led to the decline of the Mughal Empire. We'll see. By the end of Aurangzeb's long reign of 50 years, many regional kingdoms began to resist Mughal control. Many smaller, which had been brought under the control of the Mughals, the smaller regional kingdoms started to resist Mughal control. Moreover, by 1707, that is the year of the death of Aurangzeb, the sheer extent of the empire and the inadequate system of communication had made it difficult to keep the empire together. Once again, after the death of Aurangzeb, the sheer extent of the empire and the vast extension of the empire as well as inadequate system of communication had made it difficult to keep the empire together under the control. So, and not only that reason, the Mansabdari system which had been introduced by Akbar, as you all learnt in the previous class, Mansabdari system, it is nothing but a system of ranking government officials in the Mughals empire. a system of giving ranks based on their merit or talent, meritorious basis, giving the ranks to the Mughal officials in Mughal Empire. This system had become hereditary. It was non-hereditary system when Akbar introduced, but slowly it became as hereditary. That means rank started to be given as a form of hereditary. A father had got a rank, his son obviously used to get his position. It also became as hereditary. So because of this cause also, this cause also led to the decline of Mughal Empire. Next, the provincial governors. Provincial governors means small provinces which had brought under the control of Mughals. These provinces had been appointed by the governors. Governors had been appointed to the provinces, and these governors waiting for an opportunity to break away from the central authority. Besides this, all these regional causes, Europeans were already anchored on the coasts of India, looking for an opportunity to enhance their trading activities and to maximize their profits by any possible means. Whatever possible way, they wanted to maximize their profits. They wanted to maximize their profits as well as to enhance their trading activities in India in the form of establishing colonies. European trading companies were already waiting there. Besides our regional problems, these Europeans also added. The wars of succession among the three sons of Aurangzeb after his death further weakened the empire. By 1857, Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar had already surrendered to the most powerful political contender that time, to the British. Unfortunately, the last ruler of Mughals, Bahadur Shah Zafar, by 1857 he had surrendered the Delhi to the powerful political contender on that time. During that time, to the British, he had surrendered the Delhi. So, had surrendered Delhi. In this way, these are the causes which had been mentioned for the for the decline of Mughal Empire. Next, we will discuss more detailedly about the causes of decline of Mughal Empire, more detailedly, more briefly. Before that, I would like to tell you, my dear students, here in page number 38 in your textbook, the names of the Mughal rulers after Aurangzeb, names have been mentioned. Please learn the names in order. Those who ruled Delhi after Aurangzeb. The names of the Mughal rulers after Aurangzeb, only names. Bahadur Shah, first Bahadur Shah, then Jahandar Shah, Farrukh Shiar, Muhammad Shah, second Alamgir, second Shah Alam, second Akbar, then Bahadur Shah Zafar, the last Mughal ruler. Just so you learn the names of the Mughal rulers after Aurangzeb. So once again, I would like to tell you that the bullet forms, the information which is given in the form of bullets on the screen in front of you, this will help you to prepare notes. My dear students, you have to prepare the notes based on the information which is provided in this video, and you have to submit it back within 24 hours. Where you have to submit, I will let you know. Got it? So, for example, here during Mughals, how was the circumstances Mughals after Aurangzeb? So, you will have to mention 3 or 4 points, maximum 4 points in history and civics question can be made. In between, we will have to write the questions which are related to people, name the following, or the definitions if it is mentioned, definitions you have to write as the notes, and long answer questions as well as short answer questions also you have to make it. Got it?